Hello and welcome back to the Exclude magazine. Now, I'm not entirely sure where you're going to be watching this. You may be watching it on our YouTube, on our social media, or on our website. I'm not entirely sure as of yet. Now, I have just recorded a full unboxing of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman, namely the variant from the DC 1000 comic series. Unfortunately, that went completely tits up, essentially. So I am trying to salvage what I can here, essentially. By showing you the figure once more, as that video is not going to be usable, unfortunately. But there we go. Hey, how you live and you learn. So yeah, let's just kind of try to then recap on things that, of course, you haven't heard me say. So this is, as I say, the Batman figure from DC Multiverse, their Wave 1 figure, which does also include, as you can see, Nightwing, Hellbat, Green Lantern, the Batman Who Laughs, and Harley Quinn as well. So a nice varied mix there. You know, they cater into every group within the DC fandom, which is always good to see. And I think, genuinely, I think I'm pretty fine saying that these figures have been pretty well received so far from the community, especially, you know, the comments and reactions we've seen. Also looking at the reaction to their presence at Toy Fair, where they debuted, you know, several more figures, including 2 variants from the upcoming Wonder Woman 84 film, both her standard outfit and her gold outfit as well. So the future of the line does look bright. I mean, I know they've only been out, what, maybe a month, maybe less, I think. So, you know, a long way to go before we can kind of say, you know, the longevity of the line. Maybe it will last a couple of years, maybe it'll keep going on and on like Marvel Legends and Hasbro seem to be doing. But I mean, if they keep putting figures out like this, then I'm sure they will continue to please collectors. So just as an overview on this figure, it is softer plastic in places. You can see here the cape, so there's no material, there's no wiring or anything like that. Perhaps not something you expect though for a £20 figure. I will just caveat that by saying that yes, this figure was sent to us by the guys over at Strange World Collectibles, so a huge shout out for them. Thank you to Matt over there for making this available to us, just to review and to cover for you guys here. So yeah, I'll pop the information either in the caption, or the comments, or in the article somewhere. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure where this will end up. Maybe all three, who knows. So the thing that jumps out to me, I mean, you may be able to see it how, you know, quite clearly, I'm not entirely sure, but just here on the cowl, you can see the bend there in the ears. I mean, again, that's because it's the same soft plastic here, so the cape, you know, you can kind of fold back on itself, and that's obviously just what's happened here, which is a bit of a shame. It does take something away from the figure, but I mean, again, it's that £20 price point. You know, these figures aren't going to be setting the world on fire, so perhaps something you can, you know, expect. Again, articulation, by this point, it's what you would expect. It's Marvel Legends, it's Black Series, it's the same sort of thing that Hasbro have set as a standard really for, you know, this scale. So yeah, I mean, McFarlane just continuing that on basically. I will say again though, you can see the leg pegs here around the knee joints. Hopefully more companies start to, you know, develop ways to hide those, because, you know, they are a little bit garish, especially on a figure like this where it's a kind of light grey colour and they pop out quite clearly. I mean, paintwork is sound. There aren't too many areas where you know, have variations of the paint. You know, you can see there's only a few colours really overall. But I mean, it's solid. There's no overrunning. There's nothing like that. The belt is just a single shade of yellow, and even from behind, there's no highlighting or, you know, black to kind of pick out the details on the pouches. So maybe that would have been something to add. But again, I know we're playing in that same £20, you know, $20 price bracket. So there's only so much, you know, that you are going to get for your money in that case. I think collectors are just going to be happy to be able to have a good variation of comic characters from the DC, you know, back catalogue. So like we say, you know, the Batman Who Laughs, the Green Lantern, the Hellbat, the Nightwing, I'm looking at the box now, and the Harley Quinn as well. You know, all figures, all characters, you know, that need good figures essentially. So, you know, good on McFarlane for hitting a home run with this first wave. Also with this figure, I will caveat by saying that you do get a little batarang that you can see there. You can't really see it too clearly, but it is quite thick for a Batarang. Perhaps thicker than any I've seen before with previous Batman figures. So I think that's maybe the only downside. But I mean, it's a minor thing. And you do also get this grapple gun here, and now it's all one piece. This can't be, you know, stretched or reposed anyway, or it can't be removed. The actual line can't be removed from the grapple launcher itself. And the grapple launcher is in a single shade of silver. So again, no black wash, no detailing, you know, picking out. Again, it's that £20 price point, so you know it's understandable. A nice little option. I just wish that you could remove it, so you could pose him just with a gun, so he's about to fire it, and perhaps have the little hook just at the end there. So again, it's primed, ready to fire, rather than halfway through. It does kind of limit you in the poses you're going to be able to achieve whilst he's holding this. He does also come with a little card here that you can see, which is just the same artwork from the back of the box and the figure stand. Now, I always like to keep my packaging intact, so I'm actually not going to be removing those. So I'm sure that will generate some kind of discussion. But yeah, just a very brief look, essentially, at this Batman figure. Nothing too deep. It's just a standard Batman figure, really. Like I say, there isn't much to, you know, to dig deep on, ultimately. It's a nice chunky figure, solid articulation, joints are nice. There's none of that stiffness that you get with some figures when you first get them out of the box. So yeah, I mean, had I paid the £20 for this, I would have been more than satisfied. It ticks all those boxes. So like I say, fingers crossed McFarlane continue this quality, and hopefully the line, you know, sees a long life, enjoys a long life, in the same way that Marvel Legends keeps going from strength to strength. If you consider how many figures we saw debuted at New York Toy Fair, fingers crossed, you know, that's what's in store for the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. That brings us to a close. So thank you for stopping by in this little impromptu video. If it's on YouTube, then please do like and subscribe to show your support for us there. And if it's on Instagram or the website, then again, just thank you for stopping by. And I will see you again very soon, right here. I say right here, I don't know where it's going to be. Right here on Exclude Magazine in some form or another. Okay, so thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers, guys.